The general strike against the duopoly is in 29 days. Republicans and Democrats have been driving this country for far too long, and it's time for a course correction. The American people can steer us in a better direction by demanding immediate passage of the blueprint for a better America, which will end poverty, end mass incarceration, and end the endless wars. Today I want to talk about the ending the endless wars plank. Our third duty under the Constitution is to provide for the common defense, but we have far, far exceeded our mandate. The framers were very opposed to the idea of a standing army. So the ending the endless wars plank has three main components: reducing the size of our global military footprint, de-escalating conflicts, and improving our moral standing in the world. First, reducing our global military footprint. Our defense budget is more than the next 10 largest countries combined. The blueprint would require cutting 10% a year for 4 consecutive years. Next, we would close down some of our foreign military bases. We have about 800 military bases in other countries, and so the Secretary of Defense would be required to hold local referendums and essentially ask the people of those countries, do you want us here? And if they say no, then we would respect their decision, close the bases. We would also reduce our nuclear stockpile by about 50% and halt the planned upgrades to our nuclear missiles. De-escalating conflicts includes repealing the decades-old authorizations for military force. Now, these would sunset in another 8 months. To further de-escalate conflicts, we would end arms sales to Saudi Arabia for their war on Yemen. We are complicit in allowing this humanitarian crisis to take place in Yemen. One of the first things that needs to be done to improve our moral standing in the world is closing the military prison in Guantanamo Bay. The blueprint would also prohibit the development of lethal autonomous weapons. It would prohibit the purchases of landmines and restrict the use of sanctions against civilian populations. They fall the hardest on the weakest, most vulnerable members of those societies. We can improve our moral standing in the world, we can de-escalate conflicts, and we can reduce the size of our military as part of ending the endless wars. Join the general strike on October 15th, join the American Union, and together we can make America a beacon of peace and justice to the rest of the world again.